look up. No more running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another day of My Story, My Strength 365-day challenge. I created this challenge as a way to remind myself that I've gone through a lot of harsh realities in life. There are so many things that should have broke me that I lived through and I made it through and I fought through. And this is a way for me to express those stories to you guys and share the harshness of healing, the realities of healing, and so that you guys can be aware of the fact that it's not easy. It's very hard, but it's also very possible. So I'm going to give you the trigger warning for this episode. It contains deeply personal, intense content involving emotional abuse, confidence attacks, manipulation, gaslighting by someone close to me. It explores themes of toxic relationships, psychological cruelty, shaming, and the devastating impact that these experiences have on one's self-worth and their identity. So viewer discretion is advised because there is a lot of emotional neglect, verbal cruelty, and self-esteem destructive triggering behavior. If you are currently in an abusive situation or struggling with your mental health, please prioritize your well-being and seek support from trusted professionals or organizations before continuing. The story shared is to empower survivors and illuminate the hidden truths about the wounds that often go unspoken. So today I want to talk about confidence and how it's one of the first things that the abuser would try to dismantle. Many survivors struggle with identity and confidence because these were gifts that were never given to us freely. Instead, we were taught to doubt ourselves. It was slowly drilled into our lives with lies that eroded our self-esteem until we felt like drowning. So this memory is about one of the sharpest moments when my confidence was attacked by someone I once trusted deeply. It was the last time I lived in Alaska. It was I was juggling going to school online to get my first bachelor's degree. Well, my first bachelor's degree. I'm working 3 jobs and I'm taking care of my children. After being single for 6 years, I thought I built up some confidence. I didn't have anyone telling me things bad about me. I was doing my own thing, and it was pretty good. I was pretty happy. At least I thought I was. I thought I had the confidence. I thought I was healed. But then I met him, and at first he seemed like someone worth letting in. But I mean, he as soon as I kind of shared my feelings with him, that monster inside of him started to show. And just to be honest, I did miss a lot of red flags in the beginning because I wasn't looking for it. I just wanted peace. I wasn't looking for a relationship. I wasn't looking for anything. So things that were done before I started having those feelings, I just overlooked them. His ability to be rude or falsely accuse me kind of slipped under the radar, blinding me to the real danger that I was facing emotionally. At this time, he needed a place to stay. I think we've already went over that, and I let him and a family member move in. It was after the car incident, so my guard was kind of up, but not really a lot. I still lit up when he walked in the room, and I was happy to see him a lot of the time. I would smile at him or hope for some kind of kindness from him, which, let's just be honest, I never got. One day, on one of my rare days off, because I worked an overnight shift and I would be asleep when I was home when everyone was woke. He came in the room during one of his it wasn't necessarily a break. I think he was just coming in there to grab something. And I smiled and I waved at him like I always do. But this time his reaction was just pure disgust. The look on his face was just like, oh my Lord, just stop with this shit. And he asked me, like, why do you keep doing that? And then he told me, he was like, you need to stop. Because every time you do that, it makes me want to throw up. And that single moment, it kind of broke something inside of me. And when he did what he did, got whatever he needed, and left the room. And when he left the room, I laid in my bed and I curled up in the fetal position, and I cried really quietly so he wouldn't hear me. And I was feeling utterly worthless. I wondered if I was just ugly and unwanted. And he never really had the courage to tell me those with words, but his disgust was louder than any insult, and that chipped away at my confidence. And he continued to chip away at my confidence without ever saying you're ugly. His cruelty was the kind that makes you really doubt your very existence. He has a way of making you feel like you are not worth shit, um, not worth an ounce of kindness, not worth an ounce of anything. He's the type that can watch you cry and look at you like you're not nothing and still go to make sure he's okay. And that made me challenge or question who I was. If I can show someone so much kindness and they still show me the ugliest parts of them, who am I? So to identify the wound, this experience taught me that I was just really invisible. I was unworthy. I was ugly, and I was disposable. I believe my feelings didn't matter, that my expressions of joy were just really repulsive and unwelcome. I thought maybe I was just broken, that my natural responses were wrong or disgusting. I felt silenced again. I felt small again, like the world would be better well off without my light. And I questioned my beauty, my worth, and my right to be seen and loved. This is something that I hadn't felt in over 6 years because I was by myself. And this wound was not just about feeling ugly. It was about the sinking belief that I didn't deserve kindness, respect, or affection. I carried a heavy weight of shame and self-loathing, confused by why someone would just that I trusted could just make me feel so worthless without even uttering the words. That confusion and that pain chipped away at the very core of who I thought I was becoming, all of the work that I'd done for the past 6 years to undo what my ex-husband had done. And I didn't understand. I didn't understand why I was in that situation again. So my reflection question to you is, what voices from your past or your present tries to silence your confidence or make you feel invisible? How have those messages shaped your view of yourself? And how might you begin to rewrite that story? So the negative mind set that I had was I am unworthy, unwanted, ugly, and disgusting. But that lie is rooted in someone else's cruelty, not my truth. I had to reframe that by recognizing that their disgust reflected their own brokenness, not my value. The way he treated me, the way he treated me says everything about him, not me. So the affirmation I have for that is I am radiant and valuable beyond the lies that he told me. I reclaim my light and refuse to let him or anyone else's darkness define my worth. So here we are at the mini coping session. I'm sorry, you guys, if you can hear my voice, I'm not really doing well, so just bear with me. Today, I want to try this grounding technique that combines movement and mindfulness, a body scan with intentional stretch to reclaim space in your body and in your mind. So I need you to find a quiet space and stand or sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take a deep breath, noticing where tension lives in your body. Slowly stretch your arms over your head, reaching as far up as you can while inhaling deeply. If you guys have heard one of my stories, we've done this before and it works really well. That's why I'm doing this again. It works really well. Feel your spine lengthen and your chest open. Exhale as you fold forward gently by letting your hands hang heavy, releasing tension from your neck and your shoulders. Repeat this slow stretch 3 times, synchronizing breath and movement. With the last stretch, you place your hands over your heart and take 3 deep, slow breaths, feeling your heart be steady and your confidence returning. This exercise helps reconnect you to your body strength and signals your nervous system that you are safe and capable of protecting your own light. And now we go to our 1-minute challenge. Today's challenge is to identify one person or situation in your life that continues to diminish your confidence or self-worth. You need to block or remove that influence from your mental space, whether that means unfollowing them on social media, setting clear boundaries, or simply writing down the ways that their voice no longer serves your healing. Then write a short declaration, either say it out loud or just keep it in writing, that asserts your power to protect your confidence and dignity. This is your personal line in the sand. You are not obligated to endure disrespect or cruelty, no matter where it comes from. Own your power and enforce your boundaries fiercely. So now we are on our Survivor Spotlight. And this is about a young Keisha Cole, a Miss Keisha Cole, young, beautiful Miss Keisha Cole. Um, Keisha Cole's journey into the spotlight is inseparable from the shadows she endured behind the scenes. Born in Oakland, California, Keisha's childhood was marked by instability and abandonment, but her raw talent and determination pulled her toward music and both an escape and a form of expression. As her career blossomed in the early 2000s, Keisha's soulful voice carried stories of love, heartbreak, and survival, many rooted in her own experiences. Though she's been relatively private about specifics, Keisha has openly referenced painful, abusive, and toxic relationships throughout her music and interviews. Lyrics about being lied to, emotionally manipulated, and used by the people she trusted reveal the long history of navigating narcissistic and emotionally abusive dynamics. Behind the scenes, Keisha faced the difficult realities of emotional trauma, gaslighting, betrayal, and control that chipped away at her self esteem. She has spoken candidly about the loneliness and confusion that comes from loving someone who wounds you, as well as the ongoing journey to reclaim her identity and voice outside of those toxic ties. Despite the wounds, Keisha's resilience has shown through. She has used her platform to bring awareness to realities of unhealthy relationships, encouraging fans and followers to recognize red flags and prioritize self-love and healing. Her raw honesty and vulnerability made her a source of strength for many navigating similar battles. Through reality TV, candid interviews, and social media, Keisha continues to break down stigmas surrounding emotional abuse and emotional trauma, particularly within Black communities where silence often prevails. Keisha survived the silent wars fought behind closed doors, the manipulation, the lies, the slow erosion of self, but she refused to let those battles define her. Her music became a lifeline, a declaration that pain can be transformed into power. Her voice tells a story that every woman who's felt broken but chooses to rise. She's a living testament to the strength that it takes to confront trauma, to own her story, and to keep moving forward, even when the scars are still fresh. Keisha's story reminds us that survival is messy, complicated, and often quiet, but not no less heroic. So to Keisha Cole, thank you for turning your pain into poetry and your scars into songs. Thank you for showing us that healing is not linear and that strength often looks like vulnerability. You have given a voice to countless survivors who feel unseen. You have made space for those fighting and still standing to find their way. We see you, we hear you, we honor you. Thank you so much. So I would like to thank all of you for sitting with this story of survival and strength. Healing isn't a straight path again. It's not linear. It's messy, it's raw, and it's courageous. Your story does not end in pain. It begins in power. And if this spoke to you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Empowered Voices, Finding Strength in Survivors, to hear daily challenges that uplift and empower. You can also use this same platform to tune into Insights of a Survivor every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Central Standard Time, as well as Raw and Real with my co-host Olive, the last Saturday of every month, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we discuss both Insights of a Survivor and Raw and Real. We'll be discussing the hard topics of abuse, trauma, and healing. You could also catch Kiss Corner every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, by my sister, Coach Kiss, when she comes with her knowledge and her wisdom of healing from her standpoint in her journey. You can explore my articles and events and always find ways to participate in the movement by going to my bio, clicking on my link tree, or visiting my website that is in its revamp stage, so it's not ready, but it is www.soulfulresiliencejourney.online. I'm working on it now. I'll let you know when that's ready for you, okay? So again, like I said, your story does not end in pain. It begins in power. And I will see you all tomorrow for another powerful story of healing. I love you all. Stay strong.
Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion.